Good evening everyone, this is Swami Daneshwari and today I am going to discuss the human anatomic topic, the body cavities. So let's start with this. What is body cavities? Body cavities provide housing protection for the vital organs, and it is divided into two types, that is dorsal body cavity and ventral body cavity. Now first of all we will see what is dorsal body cavity. So the dorsal body cavity is located along the dorsal posterior surface of the human body, and these are the bones of the cranial portion of the skull and vertebral column. Now the dorsal body cavity is again divided into two types, that is cranial cavity and spinal cavity. Cranial cavity contains brains and the spinal cavity contains the spinal cord, which is an extension of the brain. And now we will see the cranial cavity. The cranial cavity is the space inside the bony skull, and it protects the bone, and it is eight fused cranial bones together form the cranial cavity, whole cranial cavity, and that is the frontal, occipital, sphenoid, ethmoid bones, and two of each of these are parietal and temporal bone. And the capacity of an adult human cranial cavity is about 1200 to 1700 centimeters cube. And now we will see the spinal cavity. The spinal canal, or the vertebral, it is also known as the vertebral canal or the spinal cavity. It is a space in the vertebra through which the spinal cord passes, and the canal is enclosed within the vertebral foramen of the vertebrae. And now we will see the ventral body cavity, the much larger than the dorsal cavity, and contains the all the structures within the chest and abdomen, and that is a visceral organs and anterior surface of the torso, that is divided in by a diaphragm muscle into the into up to the thoracic cavity and the abdominopelvic cavity. This is about the vertebral body cavity. Now we will see the thoracic cavity. Thoracic cavity is separated from the rest by the dome shaped muscles and the diaphragm. And organs found in thoracic cavity, that is the chest contains trachea, bronchi, lungs, esophagus, blood vessel, thymus gland, heart, and lymph nodes and the nerves. And it contains smaller cavities too. Pleural cavity surrounded each lung, and the pericardial cavity contains the heart, and the pleural cavity surrounds both the pleural and the pericardial cavities. Now we will see the mediastinum. What is mediastinum? The mediastinum is a space between the two lungs. It separates the lungs into two right and left cavity in the thoracic cavity, and it is undesignated group of these structures in the thoracic and surrounded by the loose connective tissue. And it contains the heart, that is a great vessels of the heart and the esophagus, the trachea, the pharynx, the heart, the cardiac nerve, and the thoracic duct, and the thymus and the lymph nodes of the central chest. These are the parts of the mediastinum. Now we will see the abdominopelvic. So it is the body cavity that contains the abdominal cavity and the pelvic cavity. It contains the stomach, liver, spleen, gallbladder, kidneys, and the most of the small and large intestines. And it also contains the urinary bladder and the internal reproductive organ. And it is an imaginary line that runs hip bones, divides into the body into the abdominal and the pelvic cavity. Now we will see the abdominal pelvic cavity is divided into two types, that is abdominal cavity and pelvic cavity. Abdominal cavity is the large body cavity of the human body, and the pelvic cavity contains colon, rectum, urinary bladder, uterus in female. Now we will see the 9 quadrants. What are the 9 quadrants? That is the umbilical region, epigastric region, hypogastric region, right iliac region, left iliac region, right lumbar region, left lumbar region, right hypochondric region, and left hypochondric region. These are the 9 quadrants. Now we will see the epigastric region, that is located superior to the umbilical region. Ep means upon and or the above, and gastric means stomach. So it is the upper central region of the abdomen. that is a epigastric region, and the hypogastric region is the inferior to the umbilical region, that is the hypo means below, and relating to the lower medium, that is region of the abdomen. And the right and left iliac and the it is also known as the inguinal region, that is the it is a passage in the anterior abdominal wall, which is in the main, that is conveys the spermatic cord, and in woman the round ligament, and it is the right and left iliac region. Now we will see the right and left lumbar region. So it is lateral to the umbilical region, that is lumbar means iron loin, and the lumbar region is a something referred to this lower spine, or as the area of the back of the proximity. This is the right and left lumbar region. Now we will see the right and left hypochondria region. It is the upper part of the abdomen, that is the dorsal to the lowest ribs of the thorax. This is the right and left hypochondriac regions. This is about the body cavities. Thank you.